Welcome back, guys, to the TheSpurgeonPiper. This is Wilson with you. So we're in our new home, and I'm in my new study. I still have some unpacking to do. I have odds and ends on bookshelves, and not all my books on the bookshelves, and so that's still going on. But outside of that, I've been able to sit down and enjoy my new location. And I bought 2 pipes about a week or 2 ago that I didn't smoke, though I really wanted to, but I didn't smoke because I wanted to mark the occasion, right? I wanted to get into this home, get into this new study, sit down and mark the, ceremonially, if you will, mark the day that I got into the new home. And so kind of christen the study and just bring further significance into and onto the day. And so the new 2 pipes that I got was one by MDSD. It's this lovely Rhodesian that I definitely loved and had to get my hands on, and so that was one of them that I first got. And then this excellent straight pipe by Malcolm Pipe Shop that right when he posted it, I jumped on as well. And so I got them in. I was like, oh, I want to smoke these, but I held off. And that gets into the topic of this video and one of the aspects that I've grown to cherish about pipe smoking. Pipes, well, they tell a story, most of them at least. You know, they can mark an occasion so much that they can be nostalgic. Some of you have experienced this yourself, right? You have your uncle, your father, your grandfather's pipe, and it tells a story. Now, there's other things that do that, right? I mean, we have t-shirts that tell stories, or they have things, but pipes, they have a long history. They're long-term. They can last a while, and so they can carry on to the next generation. So what I wanted to do in this video is, well, go through my collection of, okay, what pipes do I have and what stories do they tell? What occasions did they mark? Just like these 2 here that I recently acquired. And so that's what I'm going to do. I want to just go through some of them, and not all of them have this grand story, or they don't mark anything special. You're going to see that, but many of them, some of them at least, do. And so I'm just walk you through my collection, my main pipe collection. These are the pipes I smoke continuously. I have a few that I really don't, and I just kind of have them off to the side as collections, not many. I'm pretty strict on how many pipes I own. I don't have a big collection compared to others, and for some of you, this is a big pipe collection. So let me just walk through some of them, and if there's a story to tell, I'll let you know. I'll start with the bottom. So I have these first 2. So I usually smoke 2 pipes a day, so that's why I'm grabbing 2. That's how my rotation goes. You know, I have this 2019, 2022 Christmas pipe here. One of my favorite pipes looks-wise. It smokes great, but looks-wise is really what appeals to me. And I can just simply tell you that it marked the end of one of the first rough years in ministry. And that's really the bulk of it there. It was one of the bright spots I had of the year. It may sound sad to say, but it was the acquisition of this pipe. I love the look of it. I was glad Peterson chose this style for the Christmas pipe, and so this was one of them that I greatly appreciated and have cherished. And it makes me thankful for the trials that the Lord brought me through, and how they built me up. And so this is one of those reminders, right, of time of difficulty and coming through that. So that's one of them. But then on the flip side, and I just told you, there's some pipes that don't really have much of a story. And this Ashton 220 Army Mount, this is one of them. All I can say about this pipe is it was one of my first expensive pipes. When I say expensive, this was the low 300s. I never had a pipe that expensive. And so it did mark a stage in my pipe collecting journey, if you will, that I hadn't reached before, and I don't really reach often. I don't buy many expensive pipes like that. There's far more expensive pipes than 300, but for most of us, I think that is expensive. And so that was the first one I bought. This Savinelli, this was given to me sent in by a viewer of the channel who got out of pipe smoking. I don't really have a story to this one other than that I'm grateful for it. It reminds me of some of the great followers of the channel, and it's unfortunate. I'm blessed in someone getting out of pipe smoking. I don't really want to see that, but I am grateful for it, and it's been a solid smoker. So we go on to these two. This is one of the first done pipes I received. Well, it's the only done pipe, I should say, that I received, and I love the devil or ANSI shape. This was one of the first acquisitions. This was one of the first pipes by an artisan. Not the first, but one of the first pipes by an artisan pipe smoker, or pipe artist, pipe maker, I should say. And this was one of the markings of, man, I really am seeking more of the pipe artists out there instead of just the big names, which make wonderful pipes: Peterson, Chacombe, Diehl, Savinelli. But there's some wonderful pipe smokers out there. So this one doesn't really mark an occasion, but it does mark me simply getting more into the quality pipe smokers out there, pipe artists out there. And then speaking of Malcolm Pipe Shop and the pipe I have on hand here, this was the first pipe I received from Malcolm Pipe Shop. He posted this. I think it was called, he gave his pipes names, and I think this was maybe called the Celtic, something like that. But he released it for St. Patrick's Day, I believe, in 2020, I believe. I could be wrong. And it's been one of my favorite pipes. I love the look of it. I love the band on this pipe. It does have a faint green color, not too strong, but just faint enough where I enjoy it. And it does have this Celtic Irish look to it, but it's one of my go-to English blends. And so yet another one that doesn't have much of a story, and there are some that do, but this is one that I've held on to. So finally, coming to these two on the bottom shelf here, I have my Savinelli and my Rat Raised Dark Ale. Again, these don't really have stories to them, but they were of the first batch of my big acquisition. I think I bought these at the same time, really getting into pipe smoking. I guess I can say I was getting serious about the hobby. I already had this channel for maybe 6 months, and I knew this was something I was going to stick long term to. I had some extra cash on hand. That doesn't happen often, right? And I actually bought these together on a site, and I've had them since. They've been great smokers, but I suppose they do mark this being just a casual, maybe I'll lose it one day hobby, to this is something I'm serious about, something I'm sticking with. So, one of my favorite pipes in my collection. This is by Valen, and it's their Mount Fuji. This is a 4271 shape. One of my favorite pipes, one of the pipes I get the most questions about. The look is fabulous. I love this egg shape, bit egg shape. It's one of my favorite shapes, I gotta say. The 4271 is probably my favorite shape as of right now. I love everything about it. The look of it, the feel of it, the clinching, all of it. This also marked it was more of a difficult time of life, questioning my path, my use in ministry and things like that. So again, it's more of a downward or more of a cloudy reminder. But just like with my 22 Peterson Christmas pipe, it does mark the Lord providentially bringing me through and using difficult times for my sanctification or my growth. And so not only do I like this pipe for that reason, but I also I love the look of it. And so it's always a reminder when I do take it off the shelf. And then MDSD, this is the first pipe I got from. This was my first meerschaum. You can watch a channel where I show this pipe, and as you can see, it's growing a little less. Maybe the lighting's not going to show it so well, but it's not as pure white as it used to be. It's growing darker, and I don't think there's a pipe we can look at other than meerschaums that maybe displays how we can grow with pipes, right? Like you can have a pipe for 50 years and it's not going to change, a briar pipe, and it's really not going to change colors. Maybe it gets more dingy, but not necessarily. Wood stays the same, especially when it's treated. But meerschaum does age or grow with the pipe smoker, and the more you smoke it, it changes colors, right? And I think that's pretty cool to think of that. While this pipe is changing, so are you changing. Maybe not just simply with pipe smoking, but as a person. right? And so that's one thing I kind of keep track on in this one. As this one changes, so do I. It's a marker. And so one pipe I really enjoy sticking with. So going up, now maybe we get into more substantial stories. I have to say, this straight Peterson 107, and actually my Peterson system, which I'll just bypass. These are the pipes I bought when I first got into ministry, and I wasn't sure what was to come, and I'm grateful for the Lord bringing me on the path in ministry and how He's grown me through it. But it does mark when I really jumped into pipe smoking. I have pictures of when I had these sitting in a box, first moving into the house that we first started serving in the first church I was in. And so these may be my most meaningful pipes, even though they may not be my favorite smokers. Certainly my system pipe, I got to tell you, it's not my favorite smoker, but I'm never going to get rid of it because of what it marks. And so when I'm smoking these two, I'm nostalgic. I think back to who I was then and who I am now, and my age of my children at that time. And my boys were young. One was 5, one was 7. My daughter, who's now 5, she was just an infant. And so, yeah, it marks my full pastoral ministry position, even though I was in ministry for a little bit before that. But so definitely a marker. And then I have this one of my favorite pipes for sure. This Peterson 2019 Christmas pipe. Top 3 of my favorite pipes. Not only because of the look, the color, everything, the copper-like band or army mount, but this was my first Christmas pipe, and it marked the first Christmas of my first time in ministry. So things were still going well, and things were going well in the home and in the church. It was before 2020, right, and the whole COVID shenanigans hit us, and so it does mark maybe my naivety at the time, in aspects of immaturity in myself. And so again, I can smoke this pipe and I can think back of who I was, and what I've learned, what I had to go through since then. So another pipe I look forward to keeping on hand for a long time. So coming to these two artisan pipes. Let me go with this one first. One of my favorites. I love all these pipes. I'm really particular with the pipes I have. I don't keep pipes I don't like. This is my first artisan pipe, and it was a pricey one as well. And it was by Dragon Briar, I think his name was Joshua Ronish. Joshua, if you happen to listen to this, apologies if I got your name wrong, but Josh made this pipe. I got my hands on it. It's this, has this, like, I don't know, we can call it either medieval or mythological look to it. You think of Lord of the Rings, or you think of Dungeons and Dragons, what have you, but it just has a look to it that kind of fits that theme, and that's what drew me to it. I've loved it since then. By no way I would let go of this pipe. It also just marks first time really getting into artisan pipes and knowing what I desire in a pipe. Because for a while we just choose pipes we think look cool and that's about it. Well, I started getting more into who I'm buying from, the type, the weight, things like that. And so I love this pipe for that. And then this is a newer acquisition, and this one has a good story. I was already at this church I'm at now serving in Wichita Falls, Texas. Some wonderful brothers of this church who are pipe smokers, and one of them asked me, "Hey, you're going to the Texas Pipe Show. Pick out a pipe for my dad for his birthday. Just whatever you think looks good, you pick it out for him. In fact, let me give you this cash for it." And they gave me a decent amount of cash for it, several $100s. And I was like, all right, I'll do my best. I'll try to find a pipe for Christmas for your dad. So I did. Went to the Texas Pipe Show this past year, 2023. Found this pipe by Jay Mouton, wonderful prints, sterling silver band. lovely pipe. I love the rustication on it. I love everything about it. I thought this is gonna be a great pipe for him. So I give them the pipe. They're like, great, my dad's gonna love this pipe. Then about a month later, when we get close to Christmas, sure enough, it was, I was played the fool, if you will. The pipe was actually for me. And so they gifted me this pipe as kind of an appreciation for me serving the church. And I love it for the meaning behind it. First pipe by the church that I was given by some loving brothers I've quickly grown to cherish. And it smokes incredible. Maybe it is my best smoking pipe. It's an incredible smoker. And so, yeah, this one has multiple meanings for me and a great value in a variety of ways. So finally, we come to these final two pipes, and I actually think I have more, but I haven't put them up. This is my first Irish harp, and I got this along with my Christmas 2019 pipe. I don't have much to say of this one other than Peterson became to be more of a go-to for me at this time. This was like 2019. I started really getting into Peterson pipes. I'm still a big fan of Peterson, and this is a look. The Irish harp line is a look I love. I'll probably eventually get another Irish harp of a different shape, but wonderful looking pipe, smokes great. And all I can say is, again, it just marks a time where my mindset was different than it is now, and my kids were a different age. And then finally, I have this B9 by Peterson. And what was substantial about this pipe was it was a gift from my mother. And it was for me entering the ministry or my first full pastorate. And so to have your mom gift you a pipe was, that's kind of a big deal. I don't think every mom will do that or every mom approves of pipe smoking, right? But my mom, who doesn't really approve of it all that much, she knew how much pipe smoking meant to me, and so she gifted me this pipe. I can't tell you it's the best smoker. I enjoy smoking it. It's not my best smoker. It's not even my best looking pipe, but yet again, pipe's still a story, and that's part of their value, and this is a pipe I would never let go of because of that reason. It will be meaningful for the sake that she gifted me that pipe. So there you are, guys. Pipes can tell stories, and I'm sure you have some that have told a story for you that have meaning, and it may be a pipe from as far back as a grandparent. Maybe it was a vintage pipe that you bought off someone who was in war or what have you. But that's one of the aspects of pipe smoking that we can really cherish, is that pipes, they do tell stories. Well, maybe you've had a recent event recently that you would like to mark with a pipe so you can tell its story. Well, in this video, I'm having a special giveaway of 2 pipes by my good friends at MBSD. MBSD pipes, they have wonderful selection. They're excellent with their customer service. They have really awesome prices, and I've dealt with them before. I'm big fans of them, and they have given me 2 pipes to give away to you guys. And so the first one we have is this 2024 Ebony St. Patrick's pipe. That comes with its own case, but it is a 307, and like I said earlier, I'm a big fan of Peterson, but also I mentioned Meerschaum pipes, and I have 2 in my collection at the moment that I'm big fans of, and they've given me 1 to give away as well, this gorgeous Meerschaum pipe with this wonderful stem, golden stem, yellow stem on it. And so both of these are available, guys, for you to win. How do you win this pipe or one of these pipes? Here's what I want you to do. Tell me below in your comments, what is a story that one of your pipes tells? What is a pipe that you have that marks a special occasion, whether in your life or someone else's life, if it's something that was handed down to you? So tell the story. Be sure to like and subscribe. That way I know that you're following me. And here in about a week, I will pick 2 contestants, and I'll let you know who the winners are and make you one of the new homes for both of these pipes. All right, guys, that's all I have this week. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're blessed, and we'll talk to you very soon.